Look, I ain't the hardness. I'm a good soldier. Hell yeah. My niggas is killers. I ain't gon' hold you. This shit is not for the weak. I already told you. They told us to yak around. Watch how you approach us. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah, yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah, yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah, yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah, yeah. When Babylon fall, the meat gon' inherit the earth. I never turn pussy. You gotta bury me first. I get the word from Cat. Yeah. I'ma just go, yes, sir. Please don't play with your life, or you will get seriously hurt. Over my brothers. Yeah, yeah. We doing numbers. Yeah, yeah. You like to talk a lot, but you'll get humbled. Hey, fuck on my enemies. Yeah, cause they make a tumble. You gotta be disciplined. Can't do what you want to. Outside is a jungle, and I got the heart of a lion. I just did Hebrew Academy, tried through the fire in the heart of a crisis. Everybody wanna talk tough, but only a dummy and try us. They told me life about war, so I ain't gonna never stop fighting. I know that they fools, but I cannot pity them. Niggas is taking them lies too serious. All black everything, know it, but fear them fans is watching. I gotta stay diligent. I gotta stay militant. Yeah, I know that I'm killing them. I ain't the hardness. I'm a good soldier. My niggas is killers. I ain't gon' hold you. This shit is not for the weak. I already told you. They taught us to yak around. Watch how you approach us. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah, yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah, yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah, yeah. Blood of my brothers. This for the blood of my brothers. Yeah, yeah. Front line. That's double time. I ain't throwing no flags. They let their colors fly. I'm BK certified. Follow the chain of command. We don't want cowards in here. Them niggas can stay where they at. Fuck what they saying is cap. These devils is hunting on steps, so I ain't leaving no tracks. I'm about the Lord business. I ain't playing with them, and I'm standing on that. I got my foot on their neck. I got the world in my hands. I ain't even breaking a sweat. You're not even a threat. I'm a soldier. Head on a swivel. I'm always in motion. They move like a coward. Cause real soldiers don't show no emotion. They just do what they post. Yeah, it's the Lord's army. These niggas fall under pressure. I ain't talking about origami. We went to trials like we was fighting the case for manslaughter. I learned to yak around. I put these hands on them. It's crazy they drop sword after you would stand for him. He couldn't endure to the end. His cover is hanging at headquarters. Yeah.
Man, like, share, subscribe, man. Tap in. We'll get into these stories in a second.
Let them check you out. Your spirit gotta stay focused. Can't go back living how I was cause it's repulsive. I don't ask for much, that's all I ever wanted. And not killing down my honey, you can quote me. Yeah, these hoes for the streets, they ain't holy. I ain't pulling up the spiritual when devils get your boots. We ain't no cowards, please don't say what you gon' do. I'll post some on the internet, you think you gotta prove. Cause I got rock ice, I got Shia Warren, got Kasar Pecan, I got Imawan, got Kabataban, I got Tazaban, got Kakamai Man, got Karanyala, got Yarakabar, Chopper, it's a car, bring out Papa War. Couple young men in this bitch with a Apple War. If you ain't in these ranks, then you out of order. It's a time for everything right now, it's time for war. And I'm still the same nigga when I'm not recording. I pull up, shoot from half like I'm Michael Jordan. I don't think
Can y'all hear me? I don't know what the hell happened. Can y'all hear me? If you can hear me, put a 1 in the chat, Baba Kashar. Hey man. We back again, man. Another week, man. Dropping Jewelz live, man. You know what it is. You know what I mean? IHBK Sacramento, IHBK NorCal. You understand? I'm rocking to the next tonight. You know what I'm saying? My brother KANYE stood down. But yeah, man. If you're tuning in, make sure you like, subscribe. You know what I'm saying? Share the stream. Um, we got some a lot of topics we finna get over tonight. You know what I mean? Okay, most high Christ, we good. Yeah, man, we got a few hot topics we finna get into, and you know, what's new with y'all? Man? What's going on? I know everybody see what's going on with Kanye West. You know that's a hot topic, and just to address that right quick, you know, I ain't mad at him. I ain't mad at him. You know what I mean? Um, it needed to be said. You know, uh, you know, it needed to be said. Um, I know he got the type of platform where, you know, he got a following. You know, a lot of people that follow Kanye West. I ain't gonna say a lot, but he, he got a good follow. He got a pretty good following from his music, man. You know what I mean? He did drop some pretty cool mixtapes. You know what I mean? Albums or whatever. My album personally, I like. I became a fan when he dropped as far as his music, not his political views and that type of shit. But as far as his music, I started fucking with him when he dropped on Trip. I cannot think of not Yeezus. I fuck with Yeezus too. Yeah, but that Yeezus not for everybody. If you ain't never listened to Kanye, I wouldn't recommend listening to the album Yeezus first. But it's one album that he. Well, I can't even think about it. Twisted Fantasies and Nightmares. That was the first. I know everybody talk about the college dropout. That was cool. But when I heard Twisted Fantasies and Nightmares, I was like, damn. I'm like, this nigga got bars, bruh. I'm like, this nigga kind of go crazy. I've been sleeping on this nigga. You know what I mean? So off his music alone, he got a cool little following. A lot of people follow the dude. A lot of people fan of his music. They a fan of his views. You know what I'm saying? Him want to be president, Donald Trump, you know, White Lives Matter, you know, all that shit. Slavery was a choice. You know, a lot of people fan. And I wouldn't say I'm a fan of him, but I fuck with some of his music. And you know, with that fan base and with the type of platform that he got, being a billionaire, being in the music industry, uh, brushing shoulders with presidents, and you know, uh, being in the music game as long as he's been in the music game, him coming out saying that we the Jews is man, like you know, in the UPK we be praying for the airways to open up. And they ain't lying saying that like he just did something super glorious. Oh my God. You know, we've been saying that black people the real Jews since 1969. Since the 60s we've been saying it. You know what I mean? Take this real out. We've been saying it since the 60s. And so it ain't nothing new. But with the type of platform he got, it's just gonna open up more conversation about that certain topic. About black people being the Jews and you know what I'm saying, the Bible is just gonna open up more conversation and that's absolutely needed. You know what I mean? Especially with the road that we going down, being in America, with inflation, you know what I'm saying, pandemics, you know, all the normal stuff that you see on the news, with all this stuff going on, that's a good conversation to have. It's a good conversation starter because what that's gonna do, it's gonna cause people to ask questions, man. And hopefully, them asking questions like that lead them to the truth. You know that's all. That's what all this is about. You know because like we got the truth already. Now HBK brothers and sisters that's already in here, we got the truth already. So now it's our duty and our duty and our job to wake up brothers and sisters who don't got it. You know what I mean? So with the Kanye West situation, that doesn't leave more room and opportunity for us to do do what we do at a greater level. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people think we crazy for saying this. A lot of people think that we crazy. You know what I mean? And that's a lot. A lot of the times, it take for somebody rich to say something for somebody to listen to them. Like nobody, no, you can be popular, you can have a name in your neighborhood, be known as a real nigga, a real female about your business, take care of your kids, all that. But if you broke, ain't nobody gonna listen to you. If you ain't got no money, nobody want to hear nothing you got to say. That's like an unwritten rule in the black community. You know what I mean? And what we do in IHBK, um, a lot of people think that we crazy, especially family members. They think that we going through a phase. Like I said on Unindoctrinated, that I put on All Black. They said I was going through a phase, and then here we are 3 years later, almost going on 4 years, and they know this is not a phase. He's serious about this. When he said black people the real Jews, and we the people of the Bible, he's obviously serious about this because he's been saying this for 4 years. That you know what I mean? And a lot of people, like I said, a lot of people think that we crazy for saying what we saying and living how we live and eating the way we eat and conducting ourselves and how we conduct ourselves. With how we want our women covered up and hair wrapped and what I'm saying, being modest and sweet. And they think that we crazy. It's not the norm. You know what I mean? What we do is not normal. And a lot of people think we're crazy, and they don't want to believe you when you talk about the Bible, when you speak out the truth. They don't want to believe you because they know who you used to be. They know, man, I know you from they used to, we used to go to parties and get women and, you know what I'm saying, leave them the same day. Now you talking about sex is marriage, you got to be with them forever. Nigga, come on, bro, I know you, but you know what you used to do? They remember that old person. You know what I mean? And that's for any background that you came from. They remember that old person, but they don't know who you are now. You know what I mean? And that's why it's so important to really push who you is now. And that's why I love how you became a commander, Johanna, because like how you're just so glorious to be here, man. And like how like you'll go through certain stuff in your life, right? And you'll look back on your life and you'll be like, damn, I wish I could change that. Damn, I wish I could have changed that. I wish I could just change that, and then what I'm saying, maybe I would have lived different and stuff like that. Like the UPK give you that opportunity. Because once you come in here and you do your 90 days and you get your Hebrew name, you know what I'm saying, you share yourself for the world and you become a new person, you don't gotta say, damn, I wish I can go back in time and change this and change that. Because you got a whole new opportunity. You a whole new person. So you don't gotta sit back and be like, damn, I wish I can change this. I ain't changing nothing. You know what I'm saying? I came here, did my 90 days, my name not Nazar, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a Jew. You know what I'm saying? Even at my slave, they know they come in there with pork all the time and try to act like they don't remember I don't eat pork. They come in there, yeah, some food in there. I got some McGriddles and oh my God, I forgot you don't eat pork. Oh my God. I'm like, yeah, I know you forgot. Yeah, I know you forgot. You know what I'm saying? And everybody knows. And if they do bring it up and get to tripping, like, oh man, or anything, I just tell them I'm a Messianic Jew. You know what I mean? I'm a Messianic Jew, and I follow the laws of the Bible, and then so on and so forth. And they have to respect it. You know what I mean? But when you come here, man, you ain't got to think about what you could, what you ain't got to think, damn, I wish I could have changed that because you come in here and you get a whole new clean, you get a clean slate. Whatever you did in your past life, in your life, that don't matter no more. You could have been the biggest whore, Lord forbid, but you come in here and get a Hebrew name, they don't even matter no more. You know what I mean? You could have been a brother that murdered 6, 7 people, like King Von somebody, and you come in here and you never did that. You never did none of those things. You know what I mean? So that's what's so important in being in ISUBK, and that's what's so important with the conversation about Kanye West and being the Jews and stuff like that. That's why that conversation is so important because people start to really ask questions, and the UPK we've been waiting to answer your questions. We've been doing this since 1960. We can't wait to answer your questions. Yeah, come to class, take a flyer, pull up, sign in the class. You understand? But also, man, make sure you like, share, subscribe. So, with that being said, though, we gonna jump straight into. I'm gonna pull one of these articles right quick. Uh, Let me see the article I'm gonna get first. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna pull. Since we on the topic of Kanye, let me get something about Kanye right quick. All right, so this is complex. He said, Ice Cube on Kanye bringing him up during Drink Champs episode. Leave my name out of y'all anti-Semitic talk. So and if you watch the video, um, Kanye West did bring the brother name up. You know what I mean? He brought up Nick Cannon. He brought up Ice Cube. Um, and who else? He brought up a few brothers that tried to come out publicly and say that black people the real Jews. You know what I mean? Nick Cannon being one who said that black people the real Jews, and and they wrapped him up with being anti-Semitic. You know what I'm saying? Anti-Semitic. And if you go watch the previous class I just taught on the same channel about 30 minutes ago, I broke down what all that means. You know what I'm saying? You can't first off, bro. Like the Bible say, prove all things. Like you gotta anti-Semitic, man. Look, that's a vague word. That's a blanket term to use because a lot of people come from Shem. The Chinese come from Shem, the Japanese, the Arabs, the East Indians, black people, Mexicans, who else? White people. Everybody come from Shem. A lot of people, like I said, everybody, but a lot of people come from Shem. So how is he going to be something that he already is? And being a Shemite doesn't mean nothing. It just means that you descend from Shem. Yeah, I mean that's all that means. But it's crazy that you can't talk about nothing involving these people and the crimes that they committed and the crimes that they still commit to this day. You understand? And you can't look at, especially if you're on them people platform and you get money from them, you gotta hush. You can't say nothing. They won't allow you to. That's why Kanye West came out and said something. Boom, all his interviews got took down. You know what I mean? From Drink Champs, from DJ Academics. You know what I mean? All over YouTube, it got took down. He got banned from Twitter. He got to get banned. If you go outside the color lines, you know what I mean? They gonna make sure they mark you and let everybody know, nigga, they not to mess with you. And that's what they doing to anybody that try to bring up or talk about black people being the real Jews. They don't want that information to be out there. Because if you find out that you're the real Jews of the Bible, guess what? You're going to find out that you have a duty, especially being a man. You have a whole duty. You're going to find out that you can't do what you want to do no more. You can't live how you want to do no more. That's all why you see. I ain't never seen Kanye West and Ice Cube with a beard so goddamn much. They found out there was a Jews. Yeah, that started. They make that woke their game up. Next thing you know, I'm seeing all I see is them niggas with beards now. That nigga go look at any Ice Cube movie, any of that. You know what I'm saying? The nigga didn't have no big long beard like they got. You know what I'm saying? They trying to keep the culture. But I'm gonna keep going. It said Ice Cube on Kanye bringing him up during Drink Champs episode. Leave my name out of all this anti-Semitic talk. Right? Look, he like, man, I don't want to have nothing to do with that because he need them people money. He need them people platform. Then on top of that, he got with a basketball team called the Big Three, and it's actually considered a basketball team now, a real basketball team, or something like that. I'll pull that article in a second. You know what I mean? So he definitely don't want to have nothing to do with it because he ain't gonna be able to do certain things like he want to if he rub these people that call themselves Jewish the wrong way. So Ice Cube like keep me out of it. I ain't a billionaire like you. I got something to lose. Don't put me in that nonsense. You know what I mean? And it said, and it's crazy because, and I don't know, Nick Cannon probably gonna say the same thing because Nick Cannon came out and said we was the real Jews. Man, they made this nigga sit with like two different rabbis. They made this nigga visit a Jewish Holocaust museum. You know what I mean? Hey, just completely dudded my dude out though. Just completely dudded this nigga out, man. Made that nigga. They gave that nigga the education he needed after he said that. Nigga, now he don't want nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? He came out and he made an apology saying I was wrong. I should have never said the things that I said. You know, and he ain't got the truth. So, I mean, me personally, I wouldn't have did it. But I understand. But Ice Cube has addressed being mentioned in the latest and since removed episode of Drink Champs, saying he didn't put the batteries in the artist formerly known as Kanye West back. I mean, I ain't tell him to say that. Yeah, I said that black people was Jews and we Hebrews, but I ain't tell him to say all that stuff that he said on Drink Champs. Keep me out of it. You know, he want to completely disassociate from Kanye West because he don't want to suffer from the repercussions. And this is and if you watch the Kanye West interview, I mean, I couldn't watch the whole thing. I'd rather watch a brother Class. They had a 3 hour long interview. I ain't gonna watch all that shit. You know what I mean? I'd rather watch a brother Class. It's an hour and 30 minutes, 2 hours, than watch that shit. But in the interview, he was saying that Kanye West is basically saying how black people commit a crime, and then everybody he with get locked up for that crime, and everybody got to suffer. But he said, but if a black person get rich, only he get rich. Nobody else get rich with him. You know what I mean? And everybody understand. He like that's how the Jewish man is. The Jewish man get rich, and all his people get rich with him. You know what I mean? They sign all 90% of the rappers or the executives and people that own the companies are Jewish, but uh, 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 no, 10% of the people that own the companies are Jewish, and 90% of them are rappers, black rappers that don't own nothing, but they signed to all these Jewish people. You know what I mean? Salakia, let me see what that said. So, you know, Ice Cube don't want to have nothing to do with it. Salakia. Yeah, funny. Yeah, but I'm gonna keep reading though. And it said the video was since then removed from Drink Champ, saying he didn't put the batteries in the artist formerly known as Kanye West back. In a tweet shared Tuesday, Cube said he didn't know what Ye meant with regards to his remarks and urged those with such questions to direct their inquiries towards Ye himself. And while Cube himself has faced allegations as anti-Semitism in the past, including in connection with his support of Louis Farrakhan, Q said he's never been anti-Semitic. So even though they labeled Ice Cube as being anti-Semitic in the past, he like, man, look, I'm not anti-Semitic, and whatever Kanye got going on, you gonna have to ask him. Me and him we ain't on the same page. I don't agree. I don't know nothing. I ain't seen an interview. He completely want to disassociate himself with him because he don't want to suffer the repercussions behind going against these people. You know what I mean? He don't want to do it. He like I ain't on Kanye hype. When really he should be. Me personally, I feel like he should be a man to just say it. Yeah, and Kanye was right. They own all the music in the music industry. They own all of it. You know what I mean? And they get rich off it while we don't get rich off of it. And Jewish people don't make songs about killing other Jewish people. But then they fund and support and give black people deals to talk about killing each other and sleep with each other girl. And they get returned, they get paid for it in return. Yeah, Kanye was right. That's what he but you know, everybody ain't built the same. And I want to see how long Kanye really keep this up though. He said in a tweet shared Tuesday, Cube said he didn't know what Ye meant. Oh, I already read that. Slug it. Please leave my name out of all this anti-Semitic talk, Cube said. I'm not anti-Semitic and never have been. So there you go, Cube. Like, nigga, I ain't anti-Semitic and I never have been. You know what I mean? Don't try to throw me up under the bus because you know they try to label me as anti-Semitic because you got something going on. And when they label me anti-Semitic, you wasn't there with me. You didn't say I believe the same thing, but now you going through it with them, and you trying to nigga put me nigga leave me up out of it. That's you. That's your situation. You know what I mean, so to speak. Keep reading. In the Drink Champs episode, Ye mentioned Cube on multiple occasions. At one point, in connection with his own remarks that have been widely called out in recent days as anti-Semitic. You know, Cube really set me up for this. Ye said, adding that Cube really influenced him to get on the anti-Semitic vibe. So he said, look, that's my Cube, like, leave me out of it. He said, man, Ice Cube influenced me to nigga get on this hype. I'm on this hype because of Ice Cube. You know what I mean? And it said, as the Anti-Semitic Defamation League noted in their breakdown of Ye's remarks, prominent prominent conspiracy theorists and extremist groups swiftly leveraged Ye's recent quotes and promotion of their hate ideologies. During the same Drink Champ episode, Ye also parroted false claims surrounding the murder of George Floyd. Those remarks ultimately resulted in Tuesday announcement of a $250 million lawsuit against Ye, as well as against his business partners and associates, right? Because he said that George Floyd didn't die from a police foot being on his neck. He died because of fentanyl. And he was saying it's in the report, and his roommate said it, and so on and so forth. And I think I don't think they're gonna win that lawsuit though. I don't think because of somebody dead don't have a reputation. That's what defamation is. You know what I mean? And somebody dead doesn't have a reputation. So I don't know if they gonna get that money or not. But his family suing Kanye because he brought up George Floyd during the anti-Semitic um, talk that he was doing, so to speak. But and Nori, whatever his name is, he said that he took the episode down because of the George Floyd, because him mentioning George Floyd and all that. And he also said up until that point, it was a good interview. It was a really good interview, and he had to take it down because of the George Floyd remarks that Kanye West made. But we all know the truth. You had to take that down because them Jewish people was on you, man. Take that down. That nigga ain't trying to expose us. You know what I mean? Let me see. Meanwhile, a Drink Champs rep said in a statement to Complex and other outlets on Tuesday that the latest Ye episode has been removed from distribution due to its inclusion of false and hurtful information regarding the circumstances surrounding the murder of George Floyd. Nah, that ain't the only reason. You know what I mean? They did that because they don't want nobody talking about bringing up the crimes that the people committed. And they don't know nobody ever like that's the thing though. A person he don't never want you to bring up the crimes that he committed. You know what I mean, or that he committed. They want it's like when we be on the streets and we be talking about slavery and you know what I mean. People be like, man, I love black people. I got black friends and I adopted black children. And I got black. They get to tell you all that garbage, man. And you tell them like, no, you don't really love black people because love is an action word. Love is something that you got to prove. You can't just say it with your mouth. You gotta prove that you love black people. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, I'll prove it. Okay, man, kiss our boots like the scripture say. Oh no, I ain't doing that, man. Woo. But then the truth come out. They call you all type of niggers and go back to Africa. We didn't heard it all. You know what I mean? But they don't never want you to talk about the crimes that their forefathers committed. You know what I mean? They never want you to talk about it. And matter of fact, I need to pull something right quick. Let me pull something right. Let me see if I can remember. Let me see. Camp California. Hey, Most High in Christ, y'all about to shout back at God, brother. Yeah, they know exactly. They know what's up. You know what I mean? And they don't want nobody to speak up about the truth. And also, they don't want you to bring up the crimes that they committed. And they also, in the same sense, they don't want you saying that you the real Jews. Man, come on, man. That's a nightmare for them. That's a nightmare for them. That they don't want people to wake up and start really questioning who these people really are. You know what I mean? Because once they start questioning, they're gonna go to the root. They're gonna pick that Bible up and they're gonna be like, man, do these people fit these curses? Man, hold on. Didn't Christ say something about the Jews in the synagogue of Satan? Let me go back and read that. They don't need that type of negativity. You know what I mean? Or bad energy, like they call it. But hold on, let me pull something right quick, man. Let me see. Damn, where was it at? I'm trying to pull this scripture right quick. I think it's Wisdom of Solomon 5. Okay, yep, Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. They make it sound like we lying about it when we teach on the streets when the history came out. All right, that's all I'm saying. Like the ISUBK been teaching it since the 60s, man. That black people in America are the real Jews, and they got a label. Saying Kanye is probably is crazy. Some probably is wrong with that nigga. Money make these people go crazy. But as far as that, he's not crazy. You know what I mean? He's not crazy. We are the real Jews. We are the Israelites according to the Bible. You know what I mean? And that's something that we can prove all day long. That's what we live for in the UPK. You know what I mean? But let's read Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 5, real quick. It said, "Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and make no account of his labors." Right, nigga, we gonna stand bold in the face of those that afflicted us. This is what we do in IHBK. We stand bold in the face of those that afflict us. We let them know, man, we know who he is. You know what I mean? And we ain't turning nothing down. It's up all the way. We not gonna stop until Christ return a black man named Jesus Christ and put black, Hispanic, Native American Indians in rulership. Yeah, and it sound crazy because we broke niggas. You know what I mean? Let them tell it. We broke niggas with no job that live off our wives, and we felons and criminals. You know what I mean? And the IHBK, let them tell it. You know what I mean? But then guess what? When Kanye West, a billionaire, comes out and starts saying this, then people really gonna think he crazy. But then they gonna look at us in the UPK and be like, them niggas said the same thing. Whoa, let me go to class or something. I got some questions now. I got some questions now. You know what I mean? Because that day we gonna stand bold, like the scriptures say. He said, "You right, like you said, us being the real Jews is their worst nightmare. Look, that's their worst nightmare. You know what I mean? That's their worst nightmare. Because like the scriptures say, Jeremiah 17:4 say, we gonna discontinue from our heritage. When you discontinue from something, you stop. But guess what? It's just like you watching a show. It say to be continued. We gonna they discontinue some shows, and some shows they discontinue, they bring back. You know what I mean? They bring back, and the show be even better. That's what's gonna happen. We discontinue from our heritage, but we're gonna come back to our heritage. You know what I mean? And we're gonna do that all through in the IHBK, the Commanders Union. We coming back. You know what I mean? And it said, when they see it, they shall be troubled with fear, with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. You see that? Look, when Christ return, like I just said, when Christ return, a black man, this is what's going to happen. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. They thought that we was crazy in our HBK. Not only were we saying black people are real Jews and that black, Hispanic, Native American Indians are one people, regardless of color. When we black, Hispanic, Native American Indians are brothers and sisters. When we the 12 tribes of Israel. Christ is a black man from the tribe of Judah. He's going to return with 250 million angels. In UFO, they call them UFOs, but they ain't nothing but the vehicles of the angels. He's going to return. And they said, and they think that we crazy for saying this. They think that we on drugs, all that, right? But what it say? It said, this is what's going to happen. When they see it, but when that day come, when they see it, what? They shall be troubled with terrible fear. They're going to be scared to death. Because then that day, only then they going to realize, damn, what them niggas was teaching was right. Them niggas that I seen teaching on the corner in downtown Oakland, no, we thought that them niggas that we thought we saw teaching on Fifth and was it Mission and Market in San Francisco, we thought that was crazy. Them niggas that we seen teaching at the waterfront in Sacramento downtown, we thought them niggas was crazy. They're gonna be at terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. Right, because they teach you in the Christian church that Christ gonna return. Some white man with blonde hair gonna float out the sky with a long white dress on, with some sandals on, and it's just gonna be beautiful colors and flowers everywhere, and beautiful clouds that look like pillows, and everybody's gonna be hugging and kissing, and your grandma gonna be looking over a cloud, waving at you with Hitler and your dead cousins, and everybody's gonna be in love and happiness. They paint this picture that it's going to be so beautiful when Christ return. Or when all over the Bible it tell you that Christ is going to return and he's going to kill people. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's all throughout the Bible. But they teach you that it's going to be love and happiness and sweet and you know what I mean, and flowers and delicate and pretty. They teach you all this garbage, man. And that's why you got to stop going to the Christian church, because that's all, like the Christian church, like you learn all that garbage because the Christian church is about catering to women. That's what all that is taught at. All that, everything I just named is taught in the Christian church, and it's targeted towards catering towards women. You know what I mean? And you know why I'm saying that? Because guess what? When you go to the Christian church, what is it? The lights is all dim. They got to get the mood right. The lights dim. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's speaking all soft and swaying left and right, and holding hands and clapping and tambourines playing, and everybody, it's just gay. You know what I mean? Ain't a real man don't belong. That's why men don't go to church. Not ain't got to be in the truth. Real men, they don't go to church. You know what I mean? They got pretty rugs everywhere. They got flowers all over the goddamn pews. You know why? Because they're targeting women because they know women are weak. That's why. They know women are weak, and they gonna tell them everything they want to hear. A target. They know real men don't want to hear that garbage. You know what I mean? Real men don't want to hear all that. They gotta work every goddamn day. They being oppressed by their woman, by their kids, by their job, by their boss at work. You know what I mean? At the slavery, they don't want to hear that. So that's why the Christian pastor understand they gotta target women. You know what I mean? But real men, they hear this what we teaching, and they say, "I gotta be a part of that. I gotta be a part of that." You know what I mean? Real talk. And right. No, exactly. Right, and exactly. That's how they keep money in that collection plate. You know what I mean? When the Bible say tithes is for the widowless and the homeless. That's why in the ISUBK we pay tithes, and guess what? Let me not be able to pay my rent. All I gotta do, man, call my camp leader, call my captain, man. Slaggy, sir, I can't pay my rent. Here's my receipt right here for my rent. Can't pay my rent, man. Can you ask Commander Gianna to pay my rent? Rent done. Utilities done. Don't worry about it. No sweat. That's what tithes is for. We pay tithes so we can feed the Haitians in Haiti. So we can send food to Venezuela. That's what we do. You know what I mean? That's what the hell we do. And I ain't bragging, and I'm just saying that's what tithes what. With your Christian pastor, you pay him tithes, and he go buy a Range Rover and a Rolls Royce, and he buy his wife a big nice diamond. You know what I mean? And he buy them all Louis and Gucci and Fendi and Montclair jackets, and they send their kids to college. That's what they do. You know what I mean? But Salaki, and it said and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and it's like this was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb of reproach. We fools counted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. Right, man. They counted. What did it say? This was he whom we had sometimes in derision, and a proverb and a reproach. Right, they was calling us niggas. They was like, man, a reproach. And nigga, they was looking at us, look at them niggas. They just some lazy niggas. Yeah, I know we enslaved them and all that, but they just some lazy niggas. They got so much opportunity in America. The Chinese come here and they flourish. The Arabs come here and flourish, but those lazy niggas, they just want to get high all day and watch TV and shake their behind and do music videos, and they don't want to get a trade. They don't want to get a job. They don't want to do none of those lazy niggas. But meanwhile, they're not telling you how they diagnosing us with a disease, but they're not telling you how we got the disease. Nigga, we got the disease because you gave it to us. We are how we are because of y'all. You know what I mean? But they're not telling you that part. And they said, we fools counted his like we fools counted his life madness, and his end to be without honor. Like they thought we were just a bunch of niggas, and you know what I'm saying, they counted our life madness, meaning that they just some filthy niggas. They gonna kill themselves. That's all they gonna do. They gonna sell each other drugs and gangbang shoot each other. They gonna prostitute their women, abort their babies. You know what I mean? They just gonna murder each other. That's what these people think of us, man. You know what I mean? They said we counted. It's like we fools counted his life madness. We counted his life insane. Look how they living. Go to Watts. Go to South Sacramento. Go to North Sacramento. Go to Richmond. Go to Oakland. They living insane. They living insane. They living absolutely insane, man. And that's how these heathens look at us. And his end without honor. They thought our end was gonna be without honor. They thought we just gonna kill ourselves in the ghetto, and then that's gonna be the end of that story. Nah, Christ gonna return. You know what I mean? No, we gonna wake our people up to keep these laws, statutes, commandments, and following Christ. And the more we do that every single day and come up under one banner on the same page, one faith, one baptism, one doctrine, Christ is going to return. Yeah, I mean, that's what this is about. He said, how is he numbered among the children of God? And his lot is among the saints. You see that? They like, what the hell? We thought these niggas was just gonna kill each other in the ghetto. We thought they was gonna get high off fentanyl and overdose triple like triple X tension. You know what I mean? We thought they was gonna overdose and die like Prince off fentanyl in the goddamn elevator. We thought they was gonna overdose and die off drugs like Whitney Houston and Bobby Brown and Michael Jackson. We thought these niggas was gonna die like King Von. You know what I mean? Like all these other rappers that we thought they end was gonna be without honor. But what? It said, how is he numbered among the children of God? But it said, how is Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians numbered among the children of God? How? These same niggas that we've been oppressing, that we've been calling lazy and abusing for the last 400 years, they God's chosen people? God damn it, that's what this conversation with Kanye West is doing. You know what I mean? That's what it's doing. Then we thought they were just some niggas from Africa. We thought they were just, damn, no, they counted among the children of God. That's what's gonna be starting to being said. You know what I mean? The more this truth start to get out there, the more we start to put in this work and build this shit up. That's what they gonna be saying. And it said, how is he numbered among the children of God, and his lot is among the saints? Therefore have we erred from the way of truth, and the light of righteousness have not shined unto us, and the sun of righteousness rose not upon us. You know what I'm saying? And then you keep reading, you know what I mean? Then they realize that they messed up. Then they realize that what they did to so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, they are going to have to pay for it. But in that day, it's going to be too late. You know what I mean? It's going to absolutely be too late. So then we're going to drop that, though. We're going to go to the next article. We'll go to the next article. Damn, it's already been 40 minutes. Damn, time fly. Man, if y'all got any questions, anything, man, make sure y'all ask them too. No big deal. Okay, the next article. Woman ties up Tinder date, cuts him with a knife, then orders DoorDash. Hey, look, man. Y'all gotta, hey, man. Man, look at real talk, man. They messed up. They absolutely messed up. Like this is the thing. Like Black people, we went into slavery. This before I get into the article right quick. Like Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians, man, the children of Israel, we went into slavery because we disobeyed God. And God being a righteous father, he said, you know what? I'm gonna punish you when you disobey me. So we went into slavery for 400 years. That was the punishment. But it was certain things that they was not supposed to do to us in this slavery. They took it overboard. Yeah, we were supposed to go into slavery under them 400 years, but they weren't supposed to feed our babies to alligator bait. You know what I mean? They wasn't supposed to skin us and make shoes. You know what I mean? They wasn't supposed to be buck breaking us and raping men in slavery. They wasn't supposed to be separating families. They wasn't, and the most important thing, man, they was not supposed to take our records and our history from us. Every other captivity that we ever been in, because it's like our fifth, sixth one. We've been in captivity under so many different nations, so many different times in history. It's not our first slavery. But every other slavery, we had our records and our history. Except this one. They took who we was, named us something different, gave us a different culture, and all that. These are some devils. They took it way too far. You know what I mean? So guess what? Now they're going to have to pay for what they did to us. That's righteous. You know what I mean? Hey, Dominique Greeny, you gotta chill, man. You got something weird going on. I'm gonna go ahead and just I'm gonna put you in timeout or something. You know what I mean? I wouldn't put dog in time out. I ain't got time to be answering them type of weird questions. You tripping. All right, so back to the article though. It said hooking hooking up using an app on your phone sounds like a good idea, but the dates don't always go as planned. One Tinder user learned that after his meeting with a woman in Colorado took a dark turn. Lauren Marie Dooley, 22, has been charged with felony second-degree kidnapping, 2 counts of second-degree assault, menacing, and false imprisonment. She allegedly pulled out a knife and tried to choke her Tinder date before ordering DoorDash. Man, look, y'all better stay away from these devils, man. You know what I mean? Y'all better stay away from these devils on these Tinder apps. You know what I mean? POF, whatever apps you on. You better chill out. He said the victim told police that he met Dooley on Tinder and went over to her apartment. Once at the apartment, he said she took off his clothes and performed a sex act on him. She then grabbed some duct tape and tied him up. At one point, the victim didn't suspect anything. That was until Dooley grabbed a knife and forced him to go to the bedroom. In the bedroom, she got on top of him on the bed and cut his arm with the knife. Man, it's crazy. She then tried to choke him, first with his hands and then with the belt. She made it difficult for him to breathe. The victim said that Dooley was upset that he was bleeding all over her bed. She made him move to the bathtub, and then she ordered DoorDash and told him, "If you scream or say anything, I'll kill you." After she ate her food, she climbed into the bed with the victim and went to sleep. It was at this point he was able to free himself and call the police. This date went south real quick, but I feel like there were signs before it even got to the point of being tied up. The disbelief, beheaved, it's like disheveled hair and far off stares are tales. Sure, he had other thoughts on his mind, but you have to know when to abort mission. Look, man, look. This wasn't no sister, but you can get on these apps, man, or meet sisters in public, and they'll be ready to let you get the box same day. But you gotta really, you know what I mean? You gotta, hey man, don't do it. Don't do it, man. If it's that easy, don't do it. Because you're gonna run into a horrible situation. And I thought it said that this was a brother. That's why I brought this out. But it didn't even say his nationality. You know what I mean? So I'm mad that I even read that. But yeah, man, y'all better be cool on these dating sites, man. It gets serious out here. I know you be up 2 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean? You on some straight horn dog. But yeah, you better chill. You know what I mean? For that be your last time. You know what I mean? But we gonna get a real article. So like it for that article. All right. So look, it's a New Orleans minister admits stealing almost 900K from his church parishioners. Dang. We just got through talking about the Christian pastor and what they do. They said this Christian minister admitted to stealing 900K. He stole 900,000. He basically stole $1 million out of the black community. This is one pastor. Guess what? The rest of them ain't gonna admit it. The rest of them ain't gonna admit oh my god, he stole 900. He stole $1 million, man, $900,000 from your grandmama, your mama, and auntie, man. This is what Christianity do. Meanwhile, women going to church, everybody going to church thinking that they learning something, and they being a righteous citizen and a stand-up person and a moral, you know what I'm saying, person. You're not learning how to be a moral person in the Christian church. You know what I mean? You're not learning that there, man. This Christian pastor installed not $900,000 because you ignorant. He said, a New Orleans minister has admitted to defrauding his church to housing ministries, his parishioners, and a charter school out of nearly $900,000. So he stole from a charter school, and he stole from the goddamn church $900,000. And this is what we've been telling you in IHBK. We've been telling you this for years now. That's what goes on in the church. The church ain't about fixing nobody. The church ain't about getting nobody off of drugs. The Christian church ain't about stopping child molestation. The Christian church ain't about getting nobody out of jail and putting the black man inside the house, putting the Hispanic man inside the house. The Christian church ain't about that. The Christian church is about stealing money. That's what every Christian pastor does. It's like that Christian pastor in New York that stole $90,000 from his congregation. This is what all of them do. He just one. He is just the one that admitted it. He admitted it, and I guarantee the only reason why he admitted it because he knew he was about to get caught for it. You know what I mean? He wouldn't have just came out and just admitted it. You get away with stealing $900,000. That's $1,000,000. You ain't finna just come out and telling yourself. He told on himself because he was about to get caught for it. You know what I mean? And he hoping that he by him admitting it that he get to keep some of his fault. That's how ignorant Christianity is. A nigga will tell you he's stealing from you, he stole from you, and then you'll still give him the opportunity to steal from you again. No, you don't do that. You know what I mean? And it said according to NOLA.com, Rev. Charles Southall the third, 64, served as a pastor of First Emmanuel Baptist Church in New Orleans and Baton Rouge for more than 3 decades. He has since pleaded guilty to money laundering. So he was a pastor for 3 decades. This man was a pastor for what, 30 years? He was a pastor at that church for 30 years, and he got $900,000 from that church the last 30 years. So every 10 years he was getting $300,000. Every 10 years, he getting $100,000 a year from the congregation. If my math is right, so 300,000 every year. I mean every 10 years, and then from there 300,000 every 10 years. That's 90,000. 10 years. Let me see. 300,000 in 10 years. Let's see. I can't even do the damn math. I need to calculate. You know what I mean? But nigga, he was getting paid. He was getting paid, man. You get $900,000 in 30 years, man. Look at a lot of black people work. They work their whole lives, and they ain't never able to get that money. A lot of black people make less than $12,000 a year. You know what I mean? You make less than $12,000 a year, nigga. 2 years you made $2,400. I mean $24,000. Another 4 years you done made what, $48,000. You know what I mean? And it's crazy the amount of money that you got that black people give these Christian pastors, man. After they prove and show time after time that they ain't nothing but robbers and thieves. You know what I mean? And this is exactly what they was doing in the time of Christ. That's why Christ flipped the tables over. You know what I mean? Not flip the tables over in the temple because of the money changers. It's not because having money changers is against the law. You know what I mean? It's just that they was stealing from the people. They was robbing from the people. You know what I mean? That's what they was doing. And what that tithes money is actually for, it's for you to feed the homeless and the widowers. It's for the people. You know what I mean? I can just imagine the type of cars this brother was pulling up in the last 30 years. Every 10 years, and he's stepping this game up. He like, damn, nigga, the last 30 years you've been suffering worse than the last 30 years. You done lost all your goddamn grandchildren. Your grandchildren, your daughter and your granddaughters didn't had about 4 or 5 abortions apiece. You didn't lost your house paying tithes. You know what I mean? You didn't lost you didn't caught gout, diabetes from eating pork. So your goddamn ankles swole up. And meanwhile, he's pulling up in a new Rolls Royce truck, $1,000 worth of suit, lining just fresh to death. He didn't pay he got $100 lining. You know what I mean? All his children and just then went through college and had children. They own their houses, all off of you suffering. That's why Christianity is disgusting, man. You know what I mean? Can't rock with that at all. I need me a clean conscience, man. Real talk. You know what I mean? And like I said, that's what tithes is for. Tithes is not for you to make one man rich. Like we got a leader of our nation, man. And it's always the Lord always set up a leader of our nation. That's why when Christ died, what did Paul say? Paul said, "Follow me like you follow Christ." You know what I mean? And right now, Commanders in Yohana is over the nation until Christ's return. And guess what? You will never see Commanders in Yohana with $100 shirt on. He won't wear no $100 shoes. He won't even wear $100 pair of pants, glasses, none of that. You won't see him flashing no money, man. You know what I mean? Because it's for the people. And also, the Commanders in Yohana made an announcement that uh, that the generals, the captains, and the officers that's in the ISBK, we about to start getting paid. You know what I mean? Just like how the priests used to get paid. You know what I mean? Because Levi was the priest, and tithes is supposed to go to them because they wasn't given an inheritance, and an inheritance according to the Bible is land. They wasn't given any land, so they was given an inheritance. They wasn't given an inheritance, so we had to pay them 10%. So but now under the order of Melchizedek, anybody can be a priest that's a black, Hispanic, Native American Indian. I mean, not just the Levites anymore. So guess what? The Commanders of Yohana is about to start giving us, I ain't gonna, not 10%, but we're about to start getting paid to do the work of the Lord. You know what I mean? To hell going to your slavery and going to work for your oppressor and build this kingdom up. We're gonna start getting paid to teach classes and go to camp so we can focus more on our nation. That's how you build a nation. You know what I mean? And that's very important. Can't do the Christianity. Can't do the Christianity dance. Right, no, real talk. You know what I mean? But this Christian pastor, man, he's taking that money and he's not feeding the fatherless and the widows. You know what I mean? And the homeless. He ain't doing none of that. He taking his money and you know what I'm saying? He just benefiting off of it. And literally, this is what every Christian pastor does. That's why when niggas wanna that's why you got certain pimps what's his name? Bishop Don Magic Wine. He got the whole pimp community saying, popping their collar, talking about some church, church, church. You know why? Because he realized that the Christian pastors are pimps. That's why they wear the same suits as your Christian pastor. That's why they pull up in the same cars with the same fancy hats. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? That's why they do all of that. The Christian pastor getting money from your moms, your sisters, your grandma, all these women in your family. And guess what? The pimp doing it too. He doing it to the neighborhood hoe. And that's what your mom's in the midst and your grandma in the midst to the Christian pastor. You the neighborhood hoe. You know what I mean? You go work all week to give this man get this man your money. And it's crazy because some of y'all got husbands. Some of y'all got husbands and y'all rush home. Y'all won't even make y'all husband a goddamn sandwich, man. He come home from work or something. You won't even make him a goddamn sandwich, but you'll go in that kitchen and you will throw down rib, potatoes, pork, ham, hawks, and you can't wait to go to church and give it to the pastor and give it to the congregation. And you'll treat your man like garbage. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna keep reading. Let me see. According to NOLA.com, the third, Rev Charles Southall, the third, 64, served as a pastor for the church for 3 decades. He has since pleaded guilty to money laundering. Right, he pleaded guilty to money laundering. In total, Southall obtained approximately 889,565.86 through his fraudulent schemes. And that's exactly what your Christian pastor is. He's a fraud. You know what I'm saying? Because he is not a man of God. Yeah, and that's the thing. The Christianity teaches that anybody that pick this Bible up and open up this Bible and start trying to teach from this Bible that they're a man of God. That can be the furthest from the truth. You know what I mean? You think that any Christian church you go to, they pick this Bible up and read from it that they are a man of God. That could not be furthest from the goddamn truth. You know what I mean? And it said, South Hall relocated to Baton Rouge from New Orleans in the wake of Hurricane Katrina in 2005. Prosecutors said he took advantage of his status as pastor by requesting and then pocketing contributions and tithes from parishioners. His actions included soliciting money from parishioners for charitable causes and church facility upgrades for 4 years, then diverting $100,006 408. I mean $100,408 of the funds to his personal accounts. So for 4 years, he was lying, saying, "Man, we got some charitable causes coming up. You know, what I'm saying, some charity, and we finna throw this food drive. We finna do this. We finna do that. Oh man, the church need to get fixed. We need to fix this in the church and do this, and you know what I mean." And he was taking all that money. So instead of people just paying regular tithes that they be paying, they little 10%. They giving them more money on top of it. They dropping extras in there because the church need fixing. Oh, we got this charitable event coming up, backpack giveaway and food drive. We got all this stuff coming up. I'm gonna put money in there. He took $100,000 and put it in his pocket. And this is a man that you go to hear from God. That you go to learn about God from. You go to him to learn about God. The whole time he's stealing from you. You know what I mean? This is what's going on throughout every ghetto in the black community. The Christian pastor is stealing. He's a thief. You know what I mean? First Emmanuel Baptist Church also possessed rental properties from which South Hall benefited by transferring almost $150,000 in monthly payments to his account. God damn. Every month he was getting paid $150,000. You know what I mean? Ooh, wee. He also sold properties that belonged to the church to steal a percentage of the proceeds, bringing in almost $500,000 from those alone. So he even sold properties. People didn't gave properties to this damn church, man. Thinking this gonna help the community. And he took and sold the goddamn church, sold the property. The community don't got the property no more. Then he took the money and then pocketed the money to where only he able to benefit from it. He's a greedy bastard. You know what I mean? He is a greedy goddamn bastard. And that's why you go to church, you don't even know, you don't learn nothing about the Bible because his whole sermon is about you paying tithes. His whole sermon. They tell you that the laws are done away with. You don't have to keep the laws of God. You can come as you are, but pay tithes. Pay tithes. And then you so dumb not knowing the Bible, you not knowing that tithes is an Old Testament law. It's in the law that you're supposed to pay tithes. He didn't told you that tithes is done away with. I mean that the law is done away with, but then he wants you to pay tithes too. Tithes is a law. You know what I mean? And that's why if you black, Hispanic, Native American, you got to get out the Christian church, man. You know what I'm saying? Christianity is the home for white supremacy. That's what the Christian church is about. This man had pocketed $900,000 off the damn church in the last 30 years. All right, so let's keep going. In addition, South Hall secured financing. South Hall secured financing to construct a sister institution, Baton Rouge, while serving as board president at the now closed Edgar P. Harney Spirit of Excellence Academy in Central City, New Orleans. Despite hiring a staff member, the location never opened. Instead, over 4 years, more than $220,000 of the workers' wages was placed into an account shared with South Hall. According to the prosecution, South Hall laundered $889,565 through his combined fraudulent schemes and spent the funds on miscellaneous items, including a vehicle, tickets, and other personal items. You see that? That's what the Christian church is about. It's about him pulling up and studying on his congregation, pulling up in a nice, fast car, good car. You know what I mean? Pulling up with a nice suit. Because obviously, if he has these nice things and this nice car and this beautiful wife and this big, beautiful house and these big, beautiful children that got it all together, obviously the Lord gave it to him. Obviously, the Lord wanted to have it that way. So you know what? I'm going to give him as much money as I can in hopes that one day I can have that car too. I can have that same lifestyle that he got. You know what I mean? When he not telling you he didn't get that lifestyle because he paid tithes. He got that lifestyle and his children was afforded that lifestyle because because off of your pain and suffering, and off of you breaking your goddamn back going to work 40 to 60 hours a week. You know what I'm saying? Feed your family, put food in the house, take care of your bills, your rent, your utilities, you know what I mean? All that, buy school clothes and all that, and still pay tithes. He got that off you suffering, man. That's what they don't tell you. And then, like I say all the time, it's just like the rappers. Like the rappers, they let you see the big, the bling, and the bland, but you don't know that they didn't sign it. They got that, you know what I mean? And they tell you about selling. It's like I got sidetracked. They tell you about selling dope and how they got made millions of dollars off of it, and how they a plug, they Rick Ross now, and all that. But they don't tell you the bad side of it. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell the part when you go to jail. I mean, you get shot and the goddamn drug deal gone bad. So, you know what I'm saying? They don't tell you none of that part. And that's what the Christian pastor do. He tell you the good part. You know what I mean? It's like it. He tell you the goddamn good part. But this is the bad part now, though. He getting locked up for it, for stealing. He getting locked up for doing all this money laundering and destroying the black community. I guarantee on the side of town where he was at, I guarantee it was the most destroyed in all New Orleans. I guarantee. Wherever you got super crime at and this crime ridden, this people getting killed and murdered and this prostitution, man, go to the church there. I guarantee your Christian pastor is stealing. You know what I mean? And it said, as a condition of his plea deal, Southall has promised to make restitution. He will reimburse First Emmanuel more than $687,000. $687,000. The Spirit of Excellence Academy about $85,000, and a various individuals more than $100,000. NoLA.com reported that Southall faces up to 10 years in prison for money laundering. He is slated to be sentenced in January 2023. Right, and guess what? He belonged in jail. You know what I mean? Because the Bible tell you don't steal, don't be a thief. But your Christian pastors don't live by that. You know what I mean? They don't give a damn about none of that. They gonna steal they behind off. You know why? Because it's lucrative business, and that's why I said. That's why pimps they get off the pimp game. They go be Christian pastors, or they go from being a Christian pastor to being a pimp. Our brothers in the world, they want some money. They be like, you know, it's the smart thing I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be a Christian pastor. I'm gonna be a Christian pastor. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna get a scripture right quick. I think it's in Jeremiah 23. We can get Jeremiah chapter 23 right quick. Oh, Isaiah 56 and 1. And also make sure you like and share. You know what I mean? Subscribe to IHBK Sacramento. Put your name, city, and state. Isaiah chapter 56 and 11. We might start at 10. Matter of fact, we're going to start at 9. Isaiah chapter 56, verse 9. All ye beasts of the field come. Matter of fact, we're going to start at 10. Isaiah 56 and 10. His watchmen are blind. They are ignorant. You see, look at your Christian pastor is supposed to be a watchman. The Bible says he's a watchman that's blind. What's the point in having a watchman that's blind? A Most High in Christ, greedy. You know what I mean? What's the point of having a watchman that's blind? That's what your Christian pastor is. That's what all your religious leaders is. Everybody that act like they're for black people and they care about the plight of black people. What did the Bible say? It said his watchmen are blind. You know, a lot of times you got TDJ. I mean, you got Reverend R. Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. They in these rooms and they brushing shoulders with these politicians and they understand the terminology that they use and these laws that they pass and that's trying to because you know that's what your oppressors do. They put certain laws over black people so that they can never rise up from the oppression that they in. And guess what? They got the type of background that to understand the terminology that they using when they go to Senate, when they go to office, and all this, and they make all these laws and all that. They understand that, but they still sit back and allow black people to be oppressed. What they say, his watchmen are blind. Uh, the whole point of having a watchman is somebody that can like you got a dog, you got a watchdog. You know what I mean? It's called a watchdog. Why? Because a watchman and a watchdog is to keep it's alert. It's alert and it's paying attention to everything that's going on in the neighborhood, especially if it's in front of his house. You know what I mean? The watchman don't trust nobody. A watchdog don't trust nobody. You know what I mean? If my owner ain't out here telling me to chill, I'm about to bark at everything that moves in front of this house because I'm a watchdog. That's what your Christian pastors, that's what religious leaders are supposed to be. They supposed to, but nigga, no, they not like that. They friendly. They the friendly dog. You know that one dog that everybody think aggressive because it's pit bull, but then you get around and it ain't even mean. They let everybody walk inside the gate. They don't bark in there. Somebody come inside the gate, this nigga tuck his tail and go the other way. That's the Christian. That's the Christian church, man. That's the type of spirit that they put on black people. Looking for threats of danger. Right, exactly. That's what a watchman is or a watchdog. It's supposed to be looking for threats of danger. You know what I mean? It's supposed to be looking for somebody that's trying to be an intruder, that's trying to take advantage. You know what I mean? And it said, his watchmen are blind. But it said our watchmen, they blind. They can't see the signs of somebody that's trying to break into a house. You know what I mean? They can't see the signs of somebody that's trying to take advantage of us, manipulate us, rob us, steal from our families and our wives and children. Our watchmen can't see that. And why are they blind to it? It's not because they're actually blind. They blind to it because they don't give a damn about it because their whole agenda and their whole goal is to get money. They need you to be blind. They okay with you being blind because as long as you blind, they able to get money from you. That's all it's about. It's selfish. You know what I mean? They are all ignorant. They ignorant. They don't know nothing. You in there sitting in the Christian church, you go there every goddamn Sunday to just to hear a song and a dance. Not knowing that the Bible is a constitution. The Bible is the records in the history book of Black, Hispanic, Native American Indians. You would never know that going to the Christian church. You go there and he say amen 100,000 times, tell you to pay tithes, you listen to 3 songs, you cry, get back in the car, and then you go right back home to being homeless with some noodles on top of the stove and nothing in the refrigerator. You go right back to selling your goddamn body, going to the club, spending your check the same day you get it on whores and liquor and Percocets and 30. You go back to poverty again. It said, they are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleep, laying down, loving to slumber. Because what are dogs for? It said, what? They are all dumb dogs. Our religious leaders and the people that's supposed to be speaking for black people, having a voice for black people. It said they are dumb dogs. Meaning what? They're stupid. You know what I mean? Nobody wants a dumb dog. Nobody want a dog that keep trying to use the bathroom on the goddamn carpet. Nobody want a dog nigga that keep digging holes in the goddamn yard, but then he let anybody come in the yard and don't even bark at him. The damn dog is dumb as hell. You know what I mean? And he said, they are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Right. They dumb dogs. They cannot bark. What does that mean? They cannot warn you. A dog bark, when you hear a dog barking, it's trying to warn its owner. Hey, come here. Something's going on. Something I don't sit with this. Don't sit right with me. Hey, what's going on? Hey, come check this out. Ooh, ooh, ooh. They bark to warn you. You know what I mean? It said they cannot bark. It said, but our leaders, they don't bark. They don't warn black people. You know what I mean? They don't warn black people. They don't tell black women, hey man, look, you should not abort your baby, because since Roe versus Wade, black women have murdered 24 million of their babies since Roe versus Wade. You shouldn't abort your baby. That's against the Bible. That's against the laws of God. That's murder. That baby alive. Don't do that. You know what I mean? Oh no, they told me the baby ain't alive. No, just don't believe them. They lying. That baby's alive. They go to the moon. They find a drop of water. They say they found life. They classify bacteria as a living organism. But then they tell you that your baby not alive. Don't listen to that, sis. That baby alive. Don't kill it. Don't murder it. You know what I mean? They don't bark. They don't warn our people. They don't warn our people that, hey, no, hey, look, man, stay away from them white people, man. Stop trying to. You shouldn't have no white friends. You shouldn't be. You shouldn't be trying to marry nobody that's white. You shouldn't be trying to marry Chinese people and Arabs, and you shouldn't be trying to be Muslim and Christian. They don't. That's warning. What we do in IHBK, we warn our people, man. Yeah, exactly. All bread, no truth. Right. That's a lot of black souls. You know what I mean? We warn our people, man. But your Christian pastors or religious leaders, they don't warn our people. He said, they cannot bark sleeping, laying down, loving to slumber. Right, they sleep and they love to sleep, lay down, and they love to slumber. All they care about is sleeping, man. Meaning what? And it said laying down, loving to slumber. They're comfortable. They comfortable. Why? Because they not the one suffering. They not the one suffering. We just read about a Christian pastor getting $900,000 from his congregation in a 3-decade time span. He ain't suffering. That's why he love to slumber. He ain't got to warn you about nothing because he ain't suffering from it. You know what I mean? I said, yeah, they are greedy dogs which can never have enough. That's what we just read right now. They create your Christian pastor is a greedy dog that can never have enough. It's crazy to sit in somebody's face. No, like it's a difference when brothers on the streets rob. You know what I mean? Because they rob, and they 9 times out of 10, they never going to see the person that they rob again. But to rob somebody and see him every week, every Sunday for 30 years, and rob them over and over and over again, you got to be a different type of dude. You got to be a different type of dude to do that. That is evil. You know what I mean? That is absolutely evil. You know what I'm saying? They said, and what it say? They are greedy dogs which can never have enough. They can never have enough. That's why all your Christian pastors, they got a price. You know what I'm saying? They got a price. Just like Jesse Jackson. Jesse Jackson used to say abortion was wrong. You know what I'm saying? But he got so money hungry, they start offering him money. Guess what? He pro-abortion now. He pro-abortion now. You know what I mean? Kanye West used to be Jesus walks, and you know what I mean, and all that. He became a billionaire. Now white lives matter. Or they all of them compromise their integrity over some money, man. Their money is more important than their integrity, and they them being concerned with their people. Money is more important to them. You know what I mean? It said, yeah, there are greedy dogs which can never have enough. They can never have enough. That's why we just read this Christian pastor was robbing these people for over 30 years. He can never have enough. You know what I mean? And they are shepherds that cannot understand. What is a shepherd for? A shepherd is to lead and protect the sheep. Everybody go to that Christian pastor trying to learn about God. Everybody go to T.D. Jakes and Rev Creflo Dollar and Reverend R. Sharpton, you know what I'm saying, for protection. And what it say? They cannot understand. But these shepherds, they don't understand. They don't really understand this Bible. Because if they did, they wouldn't be trying to include everybody inside these scriptures. They wouldn't be trying to include everybody if they understood this Bible. You understand? They look to their own way. Every one for his gain. And again, the Bible said they look to their own way. Everyone for his gain. Everybody, all these Christian pastors trying to figure out what can they do to get more money from black people for their own gain. They're not focused on the gain of the black community. Let's build the black community up. They trying to build their own. They focusing on their own gain. You know what I mean? They trying to build up their own house for his quarter. Come ye say they, I will fetch wine and will be in slacky, and we will fill ourselves with strong drink, and tomorrow shall be as this day, and much more abundant. And that's what they say. They tell you that, man, that it's gonna be a glorious day today. You know what I mean? You pay tithes, man. Nigga, hey, look, nigga, tomorrow the Lord gonna bless you with more money than what you put in that tithes bucket. They hit you with prosperity teachings, and then you pay that money, and then you never see that blessing again. And it's like you chasing a drug. You pay more money every week, hoping that you just get this back in one big lump sum. He didn't convince you that serving God is about getting some type of mysterious donation and lump sum of money from the lottery, or you know what I'm saying, or you getting some car, or you know what I mean. Everything ain't got something to do with money, and then you never get it. But meanwhile, he's becoming filthy goddamn rich. He's a greedy bastard that can never have enough. You know what I mean? And that's what you got to understand. That's what's going on with these Christian pastors, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, but man, you know, with that being said, just for time's sake, you know what I mean, I'm gonna go ahead and end it. I had another article I can get into, but I got something to do. Hey man, make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, smash that like button. ISUBK Sacramento. Man, you already know what it is. Dropping Jewelz live. You know what I mean? We back again. Crying y'all will be back next week. He had a toothache. You know what I mean? Shout out to him. Y'all Bashim, shout out to our brothers. Y'all Shema Bashim, shout out to our sisters. Like, subscribe, share, and smash that like button. You know what it is.